Okay, start again.
I'm Lauren, nicknamed Pete Hillman, and I joined the Maritime Museum in 1989. And I've really enjoyed working with the people in the museum. I became treasurer, and I got to go through about $600,000 before we got our original restoration work done. It was really a very interesting time.
I'm Don Chalmers, and I started this outfit about 1989, and my main efforts over the years was working on the stern wheel.
My name is Al Landau, and I work mostly with the wood and some painting on this vessel. And I've been with the museum since Terminal 1 in about April of 1992.
I'm Dick Montgomery, former president of the museum and a volunteer for the last 20 years. Today we're going to take you on a trip down the Willamette River to St. Helens and introduce you to some of our dozens and dozens of volunteers. Volunteerism has been the lifeblood of this museum and has led to the restoration of the historic steamer Portland.
The boilers are lit 2 or 3 hours prior to departure, and of course we burn diesel oil. Here we see the crew pulling the gangway.
My name's Steve, and I'm a new volunteer on the steamer Portland.
Down below, in the engine room, preparations are being made for our departure.
I'm Dan Butler. I'm one of the firemen and water tenders down here. Been making steam on the boat now for about 8 years, I guess, so that's my story. I'm sticking to it.
You might also be able to go to the pilot house once we're underway, but we'll find out more at the safety units. Hi, I'm Paul, and I've been a docent on this ship for 1.5 years. I've been enjoying it very much.
I'm Kyle Nasman. I've been with the museum for 5 years.
The large cable goes to the wooden wheel in the pilot house, and the smaller cable is from the tiller and is linked to the steam-powered turning engine as seen here.
Well, my name is James A. Taylor, but on the river known as Captain Jack Taylor. And I was captain of this many years ago, and captain for the museum for many years.
What a beautiful sound the whistle makes as we leave the moorage.
Good morning. My name is Bob Slover. I'm a fireman on the Portland. I've been volunteering on the boat for about 6 years or so.
The paddle wheel is in reverse, moving us off the moorage and heading us downriver.
Yeah, my name is Mitch Boyce. I'm the chief mate on board the steamer Portland today. And I had a great opportunity as a young person starting my career out on the river, which I deckhand on this vessel, and then as an active pilot, I utilize this vessel in maneuvering down through the bridges.
Well, that's pretty cool. That is pretty neat.
My name is Doug Hospin. I'm a docent on the Portland, and I've been doing this for at least 2 years.
My name is Cody O'Leary. I've been with the OMM for 2 years, and I've been on crew for about a year now. And today I will be working in the engine room on our trip to St. Helens. Is that good?
It's a dramatic moment as we pass under the Burnside Bridge.
Hi, my name is George Paul. I have a Chief Engineer's Marine license, and I'm currently volunteering as a Chief Engineer aboard the Portland.
Here's a happy crowd witnessing the last of Portland's steamboat history as she steams under the steel bridge. Here we're passing under the rust-colored Broadway Bridge that links the Rose Quarter with Northwest Portland's Pearl District.
Good morning. I'm Ron Youngman. I'm the trustee in charge of the operation and maintenance of the boat. And today we're underway on a glorious day. We're heading downriver. It's the 26th of July, and we're heading downriver. We're going to be into the Columbia shortly. And we're going to go to St. Helens for the weekend.
Here we get a chance to admire the gigantic double-decker Fremont Bridge.
Park Caffel, third generation on the river. My grandfather and great uncle started back in the 20s, and I think my first trip on a towboat, basically log towing, is what my family did. First trip for me was probably 1959 or 1960. I grew up towing logs. I rode on this a few times as a kid, but I never figured I'd be up here making things happen. So I feel pretty privileged.
My name is Susan Spitzer. I'm second vice president of the museum, and I'm the event coordinator for this cruise. We're planning the meals and taking care of reservations. We're happy to be going to the festival in St. Helens, and we'll be back on Sunday.
I'm Kate Nimes, and I've been a volunteer docent for a little over a year.
Hi, I'm Phil Marquis, and I'm a docent on board here today. Beautiful day to be going down the river. I have done this for about 2 years and thoroughly enjoy it. I encourage you to tell all your friends about these cruises because they're a wonderful event. We don't do them that often, and they're certainly worthwhile.
The strap goes around behind your back and hooks into the rig on the forward end of it.
Have an assistant.
Okay, any further questions? Good idea. I'm going to pick that one up. Very good. Have a good cruise. We'll talk to you as we go down.
In the past several years, we've worked very hard at doing a number of things that are required by the Coast Guard. We've rewired a lot of the area. We had a holding tank for sewage for about 375 gallons, which on a trip like this with 100 people, 130 people on board, would last maybe a couple hours. So we put in a sewage treatment plant so that all of our wastewater and any water on board is treated before it's recycled.
White paint above it is so there might be a lower.
We've just passed the Burlington Northern Railroad Bridge, and we're approaching the beautiful St. John's Bridge, the last bridge in our chain of bridges through Portland.
I'm Arlen Cole. I'm president of the Oregon Maritime Museum. We're on our way down to St. Helens for our annual trip. We have our docents aboard, we have some passengers aboard. The weather is outstanding. We're having a great cruise. Come and visit us one of these days at our Portland dock.
Each time we get a bell, you have to log it here. So if something goes wrong, anytime, anyway, they want to know what happened in the engine room, you've got a complete log of all the bells.
My name is Hank O'Sullivan. I'm a senior marine inspector from the Marine Safety Unit here in Portland. I'm on board to observe the operation of the vessel, its machinery, and its crew. I've been working with the vessel, with the steam tug Portland, since summer of 2000. It's been a long effort to get this vessel to a point where the Coast Guard can place a certificate of inspection authorizing it permanent passenger vessel status. It's been a long process for both Coast Guard and the people on board, but the Oregon Maritime Museum and the staff of the vessel have worked very hard and have put in countless man hours to refurbish the vessel and bring it into compliance with Coast Guard inspection regulations.
I'm Patty Lindquist. I've been a member of the museum for almost 8 years. I've been a docent for the past year.
My name is Bill Fishback. I've been on here since 1992 as a volunteer engineer. I've worked in the fire room, I've worked on the maintenance end of it, I've worked on the operating platform, I've worked on the boilers, worked on the engines, and try to keep things going as best we can.
Thanks for being with us on this trip to St. Helens, and remember, the Oregon Maritime Museum is always looking for new members and especially volunteers.